Hello everybody, this is Ramsis.
And I am the Vespor.
And we're here for another edition of Back in Time. Episode number 17. Our 2023 Spooktober edition. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and of course,
ring that bell
so we can bring you many more Back in Times like this in the future. Today's subject for this spooky Back in Time edition is going to be, well, you know what it's going to be. It's our third edition of our Halloween commercials.
Everybody loves Halloween. They love this time of year. And we have all kinds of fun memories growing up of this time. So why not look back at some of these wonderful commercials that let us know that it was about to be Halloween?
This time we picked a nice assortment. You've seen our first edition. You've seen our second edition. Well, we're back for part 3. This time, it's really scary.
That's right. It's time to sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy some of the best commercials that you don't remember.
So, with our first commercial for our 2023 Spooktober edition, it's gonna be, that's right, Frankenberry from the Monster cereal. And this is gonna be in a weird style. It's gonna have a little jingle. It's gonna be interesting. 1984. How about a monster for breakfast today? Here we go.
Betty cereal is coming your way. How about a monster for breakfast today?
What's wrong, Frank?
They all ran away without having my Frank and Betty cereal. The cereal with oodles and oodles of strawberry-flavored marshmallows.
Wow!
And Frank and Betty's part of this good, nutritious breakfast.
And remember to count Chocula.
Go away. How about a monster for breakfast today?
Yeah, so even in 1984, they're still fighting with each other, but now they're not really afraid of each other anymore. They sort of got rid of that by this point. Now they're singing, they're upset that nobody likes their cereal, and then the monster's so happy that a kid's impressed, but Frank's like, oh, Count Chocula's trying to steal my spotlight again, and he bats him away. You never really see Count Chocula in his bat form, so that's kind of cool.
Done in an art style that I'm sure many of you recognize if you watch some of the BBC cartoons.
It's definitely different. They did not use this for long, but they had 3 or 4 commercials that used the same exact song and style and theme to it.
At this time, they were only pushing Frankenberry, Count Chocula, and Boo Berry.
Yeah, that was it. Now, do you notice they use the word oodles a lot? Like, is that a word that you use every day? Vespor, you're going to have oodles and oodles of fun. Do we ever use that term around here?
Well, yes, we do, by Jolly G. Willikers.
I remember the How About a Monster for Breakfast Today jingle. They were using that for a while in their cereals because they were trying to make it more like cereals associated with the monster. So they're How About a Monster for Breakfast Today. They were trying to get you the song to associate with it, and I thought that was very effective also.
Yeah, this is a wonderful commercial. I mean, we even get to see that his fingernails are actually strawberries.
That's cool, yes. In this style, you're able to really get some of the features. And don't forget, it's part of a complete balanced breakfast. Did you know what a complete balanced breakfast is? That's right, 2 pieces of toast with butter and orange juice and milk.
So now that you know what's part of a complete breakfast before you go trick-or-treating, you also need to be safe while you're trick-or-treating. And you know what? McDonald's has figured this out, how to keep you perfectly safe on Halloween night.
Hey, Ronald, what are those things you're wearing?
My trick-or-treat safety cups. They're shiny aluminum foil with bright orange stripes, so they reflect light.
Neat! Where'd you get them?
Right at McDonald's. This Halloween, be sure you're all wearing McDonald's trick-or-treat safety cups. Children should be seen and not hurt.
Yes, Ronald, I totally agree. Children should be seen and not heard.
Vespor, heard? No, he said hurt. Not heard, heard.
Well, obviously, Ramses, it's 1970s. Completely different world.
Children shouldn't be hurt. I mean, the whole phrase is weird. Why is Ronald saying it?
Well, I also like the fact that this Ronald also seems to be high on something, because he's just like, wow, look at these bracers.
The kids are like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever. Where did you get that, Ronald?
Oh, and look how nicely it goes on his hobo and princess costumes and brings all of your attention to the shiny things and not their costumes.
Now, the funny thing is, so they show the girl in the princess costume wearing it, and you can see these cup holders are gigantic on her. So yes, these things are not going to fall off while I'm walking, or do I have to hold my arms up so the reflectors stay on my hand?
Well, I think what Ronald is secretly telling everybody is that you need to dress up as him, because those things only match his costume.
That's true. I did notice that. Is this his way of trying to turn everyone into Ronald McDonald without them realizing?
But you know what? When I was a kid, my parents didn't turn us out loose. They walked with us. So usually they had a flashlight and would keep us from running out into the middle of the road.
Now, speaking of creepy, do you notice what is staring at them when they're like, gee, Ronald, thanks?
This tree with an evil, malicious grin on him like, don't worry, come children, into my everlasting and eternal embrace.
Wow, McDonald's is doing such good things. They're going to keep the kids safe, but of course you have to buy an overpriced soda. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous. They act like they're doing you a favor here by putting on oversized cup holders on your wrist.
Hey, it's McDonald's, baby. They care about you because if you die, they don't get your money. So remember, kids, if you're out trick-or-treating, make sure to go by McDonald's and get yourself one of his safety reflectors so that you too will not be hit by a car when you're out trick-or-treating.
And now we move back to an old favorite from one of our previous Spooktober celebrations. That's right, Pizza Head is back. The Pizza Hut spokes pizza, who's always getting cut up and bullied by Steve. This time it's another Halloween celebration where he's driving along a road and he winds up in the Goosebumps universe somehow.
It's the Pizza Head Show.
Hey, everybody! I'm on my way to Pizza Hut to get a Goosebumps Kids Pack. Yay!
Almost there.
Hey, this isn't the right way.
Well, Scarecrow Steve says it is.
He's no scarecrow.
Sure he is.
Uh-oh, I think I woke the neighbors.
Look, Pizza Head, you'll be perfectly safe in there.
Okay.
Relax, the Goosebumps guys just want you for dinner. See you in the next lifetime. Now you can collect one of 3 ghoulish Goosebumps Glow and Tell story card sets when you buy a Pizza Hut Kids Pack.
Well, Vespor, here we go again. Poor Pizza Head. All he wanted was some Goosebumps toys, and now he's being driven through a cornfield with a Steve Scarecrow and a giant black cat's about to attack him. I hate when this happens.
Well, that's the story of Pizza Head, don't you know? And we all know that nice guys finish last.
That's not true. I'm a nice guy, and I didn't finish last. Well, never mind that. Who invited them here anyway? So, yeah, I like how it's done. The Pizza Head commercials were such a stylized piece of work. It was great. You really believe that all these characters were alive. I think it's a great idea. And I love the spooky motif we have here. The cornfield, then a cat attacked, and now we're in the graveyard where all the Steve ghosts show up to attack him. I think it's great.
Yeah, this is a wonderful commercial, having a lot of fun with the idea of Halloween, throwing in ghosts, monsters, and explosions. But you know, this is what you get, Pizza Head, whenever you go to Pizza Hut. With that being said, you know what the best part about this commercial is, Ramses?
I don't know.
That there's cool Goosebump toys associated with this Halloween deal.
Well, I don't know if they're cool. Books or something? I mean, what, shaped like character? What are these things?
Hey,
Also,
it's free with your personal pan pizza. That's all that matters, because in the 90s, you couldn't beat Pizza Hut.
I think the cup's cooler than the toys. How about that?
Let's agree to disagree on that one.
But there's no time to wait longer here because we're moving on to our next spooktabular commercial for our Spooktober celebration. Number 4, we have... This is going to be a toy version of food where you can create your own food in your own lab. And why is this for our Spooktober? Well, it's not just any lab. It's Dr. Dreadful's Food Lab, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's going to be great stuff.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dreadful, and this is the Dr. Dreadful Food Lab. Makes lots of gross things, and then you eat them. Dr. Dreadful's monster skin. Care for a tasty tarantula? Fly? Cockroach? You can make swarms! And now magic powder, stir, and... Monster brains! Foodie! The Dr. Dreadful Food Lab makes gross things again and again. It's totally dreadful!
Hey, wait a second, I recognize that guy. He's the janitor.
The janitor? How did he get in here? I guess this is what he does when no one's looking.
Well, I mean, after all the stuff that you've been leaving in that break room for years on end, I mean, I guess he figured out a way to make something out of it.
Yeah, well, I was wondering why some of these things look familiar. Now, the fun thing about this is it's probably not remembered by many people. This was sort of like a whatever you want to make gummy whatever creatures out of it. And it's all sugar, of course. There's nothing healthy at all in any of this.
That's right. Well, let's make spiders and centipedes and scorpions and all kinds of ooky booky nasty things.
Don't forget, the refills are sold separately, and that's where they make the real money in this. All right, comes with 10 packets, and then when you're done with those 10 packets, what do? You stare at a piece of plastic that you can't do anything with, pretty much.
But don't worry. They're very considerate, because you can see right right here it says refills sold separately.
And that's where they get you. Now, I like the idea of this, and you're probably all thinking, oh, is that it? No, they would have expansions, they would have different things. This is just the original starting to all this. I never played with this set, but it looks like a fun idea. I just don't think my parents would allow this. They don't want me playing with sugar and just all day long bouncing off the walls, making things created out of sugar, popping into my mouth non-stop. I don't think that's a very good idea for a kid to be accessing something like that.
Oh, come on now. All the food in the 70s, 80s, and 90s were nothing but pure, unadulterated sugar. They're just being very honest about it.
And then the brains. Ooh, he's eating brains. Nope, more sugar, folks. It's just all sugar.
Specifically remember this because of just how much it reminded me of the Creepy Crawlers.
Yes, this is sort of like their own play on it.
Well, go ahead and introduce our next commercial because I need to go find the janitor and laugh at him. I told him he wouldn't amount to anything, and this commercial proved.
Well, he tried. You gotta admit, he did try.
Huh, Dr. Dreadful! You lose! You sucker, I told you to amount to nothing!
Well, folks, while Vespor is off taking care of the janitor and getting him back to work, let's move on to our next commercial because, unfortunately, time stops for nobody, and on Back in Time, time is what we don't have. So we're moving on to the next one. And boy, we got an interesting blast from the past. Two things that are not really around as much anymore, but are very memorable and scream the 90s. What screams the 90s? Well, Blockbuster Video. What screams the 90s? Well, Elvira. Put the two together and you got Elvira doing a Blockbuster commercial. Hard to believe, right?
Nasty weather got you little monsters uptight. Make it a Blockbuster night. Blockbuster has something for everyone. Even the fussiest little beasts settle down to enjoy Blockbuster. I just love a family night. If the weather's a fright, make it a Blockbuster night.
Elvira never disappoints.
Who cares about Elvira? This is a Blockbuster commercial. Isn't that what we're supposed to be focusing on here?
Yeah, I'm definitely focusing on Blockbuster right now.
All right, well, that's more like what? Let's move on here now. So the joke is she's having movie night with all her favorite monsters, right? We have the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, and Dracula, and they're all acting kind of immature.
They're stuck in on a rainy night. They can't go down and terrorize the local town, so yeah, they gotta figure out something to do. But you know what they really do need to figure out besides watch Blockbuster?
What's that?
How to set the VCR. Look at that. There is no excuse for that. It is flashing 12 a.m. right there.
You think they'd be able to figure this out? It's very simple. You go to the settings, you push it, well, whatever. Yes, that is pretty scary. I guess that's the joke. So scary, even a monster can't set the VCR.
What about Blockbuster? I'm pretty sure you mentioned something about that.
Vespor, are you even watching this commercial? What is going on here? What is this? What a difference. I can't believe this. This is crazy. No wonder they went out of business because we can't keep focused on what this commercial is about.
Oh, I know what it's about. And I'm sure the audience does as well.
Make it a Blockbuster night, folks, and don't listen to Vespor. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Elvira is one of the best talents out there. Very creative, very talented, and she's the perfect spokeswoman for Blockbuster Video. So please be sure to make it a Blockbuster night and hang out with all of your monsters when you have nothing better to do during a nice stormy rainy night. Now, do you like how the commercial was in black and white? Isn't that cool? But the Blockbuster videotape is in color. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Blockbuster. It's the place to be to get your cassettes.
Oh boy, yeah, I can't take him anywhere. Let's move on to the next one because, you know, Black in Time waits for nobody, as I always say. And we're moving along the Spooktober celebration nicely here.
Well, our next commercial is something that I personally like, where the weak, who think they're strong, come and try to bully those who just don't want to flaunt their power at the time.
Vespor, are you trying to talk about somebody here in particular?
Yes.
It is a Halloween Burger King commercial. Let's see what Vespor is talking about. It should be fun. It should be about Burger King. I don't know what he's talking about, but we'll find out. Here we go.
Me wants her big kids meal. Not so fast, Harry. I'll get your double cheeseburger yet.
Hamtaro is screaming into Burger King. Now in every big kid's meal, there's a Hamtaro toy. You can put on their mask and have a Halloween blast. There's 8 in all, only at Burger King.
And let that be a lesson to you, because that could be you there.
Vespor, that's terrible. Do you know what she did to that poor kid? A hamster. You can't do that to a kid.
Why can't you?
He's gonna be running around that circle forever now, trying to get her.
Oh, sort of like a certain someone trying to run and climb up the corporate ladder seeming to be trapped in a never-ending circle of shame and sorrow and depression.
You know, Vespor, I can relate to that guy now that you mentioned this. But anyway,
actually, I don't necessarily relate you to that. I relate you to the hamster.
Speaking of hamsters, that's the real part of this commercial. Do you remember Ham Taro? Yeah, I don't either. I don't think anyone was actually into this, but boy, were they pushing it on everybody in the early 2000s.
You know what? Where's my wand? I'm going to turn you into a freaking hamster.
No, wait, stay outside, Vespor. It's only a commercial. You can't really do that. Now, if the girl had all this power, she's not using it, abuse it. So she's kind of like Samantha. She knows that she has the power, but she uses it wisely and with purpose. Harry was bothering her, so she's like, whatever. But she wanted her hamburger more than Harry bothering her.
She can keep her powers under control until someone comes along and pushes that button where she's like, I have to do it. You cannot have my big kid's milk. We don't know how much energy it takes to use magic, but I'm going to assume that she has to eat a big kid's milk to be able to turn the local idiot into a hamster.
You're really liking this, aren't you, Vespor? You're liking that guy who is trying to get something, but oh no, you can't have what I have. I'm too powerful. I'm just going to turn you into something because you annoy me.
Well, while you were talking earlier, I was looking for my wand, but instead of finding my wand, I found my boomstick.
Hey, wait a minute. No, stop. Hey. Vespor, no, you can't. Happy Halloween, everybody. Look at all these great toys. Put that down here. I'll get you one of these, like the spider or the ghost. Yeah, the little hamster wearing that. Isn't that cool?
Oh, cool. All right.
Oh, that was a close one. Let's move on quickly. All right, let's not give Vespor any more ideas. Magic wands are very dangerous in the wrong people's hands. That's what I learned from this commercial. Let's get out of here before Vespor starts turning people into other things around here, too. And now, with that said, we're going to have... Oh, Vespor didn't tell me about the next commercial. Let me see here. Vespor, Pepsi, Doritos. You know I have a no Pepsi rule on this show. We're not putting Pepsi here. No. Oh, yes. 1992, Pepsi Dorito Monster Mash. Yes, one of my favorites. Oh, this is so funny. Vespor, I'm so glad you picked this one. This is going to work out great. You know, this is a classic. This defies all generations. Here it is. Pepsi, Doritos, Monster Mash, and Vespor, what have you got me into this time? Hopefully it's good. You never know with this stuff. Here it is.
What? No dip?
For a really great Halloween, pick up tons of Pepsi and Doritos.
What? No dip? So that's the joke. He goes through all that, and then Dracula is still not satisfied.
Well, you know that the Pepsi representative left a little while ago, didn't you?
Yes, yes, and I'm glad he left, because this is stupid. I'd be carrying a Coke truck, and, I mean, Doritos are good. I do like Doritos, but who drinks this? I mean, Pepsi, come on. Well, at least he threw it around, like, who cares about the Pepsi truck? He just...
Hey, Ramsis, you know what? I lied when I say he was gone earlier.
Oh, he's still here. Oh, no. I meant, I was just kidding. Halloween joke, April Fools, October Fools. There you go.
I don't think he's believing you.
Pepsi, the choice of generation, and Doritos. What a perfect combination. You know what I like about this commercial is that they're using the Universal Studios monsters as the spokes monsters for these products.
And you know what, folks? Remember how Universal tried to make a Monsterverse? Well, you know what? They didn't realize they already had a Monsterverse, and it was far better than anything they put out since then.
That's true. You watch any of these commercials for Halloween especially, they have every single monster. We've already had a few commercials here where there's more than one monster joining forces together. So I don't know why it's so complicated. We've already done it through the 80s and 90s and even the 70s where we've had plenty of moments where all the monsters are getting along, working together. And yes, I realize poor Frankenstein monster, he has to head back out, but if he can carry a whole truck on his back, I don't think getting some dip mix is going to be too much of a problem.
I guess they didn't put a good brain in Frankie there. Wouldn't it have been just as easy to just grab the six-pack and just carry it instead of the entire truck?
Well, they just said get Pepsi. They didn't tell him how to get Pepsi, so technically he was doing what they told him. Even he shrugged at the end, like whatever. So yeah, lots of fun. This is the type of humor I like in my Halloween commercials. It's not over the top. It's not too stupid. It's very simple and to the point. It's monster... Kids are scared, there's a payoff, there's a joke, and then there's an end plot to the whole thing. I think it's great. They use the 30 seconds very effectively, and I think this would definitely sell the products during Halloween.
It's fun, and it's not a slow-paced commercial. It makes you wonder, why is Frankenstein carrying this Pepsi truck to begin with? And you find out he's already brought a Doritos truck? I mean, it's great. You don't need dip with Doritos. That's the beauty of Doritos, folks.
But they had Ruffles too. But yes, so far I would say this is one of my favorites out of all of it. And this was a great October celebration. Vespor, you've done it again. Wonderful.
Oh, wait a second. Before we sign off here.
Oh no, he's doing it to me again.
Oh no, I'm not doing it to you again.
I need help. Someone give me a phone. I can't.
Oh, well, all right then. Here you go. Go ahead and dial this number, folks. Don't worry, it's only a 900 number.
900 number? Vespor, are we going there? You know how much they charge you a minute for a 900 number? When I said I needed to call someone, I didn't mean...
Hiya, kids. It's me, your friend Grandpa. I gotta tell you, I am starting a new club, and I want you to join. It's called the Junior Vampires of America. I mean, you'll hear scary monster stories. Now, to call, you gotta ask your parents' permission and call this phone number, 1-900-909-4300. You'll hear all about my monster friends, learn how to get a free vampire patch and a list of special vampire tricks and secrets. So call 1-900-909-4300. Learn how to scare your friends, even yourself. Join Grandpa's Junior Vampires of America Club, and I will make you a junior vampire.
Hey kids, call 1-900-909-4300. That's 1-900-909-4300 to hear Grandpa's scary stories and join the Junior Vampires Club. Just $2 the first minute, 45 cents each additional. Ask Mom or Dad first.
Vespor, do you realize how expensive this is? $2 for a minute and then 45 cents to hear some bad jokes and scare myself? I've already scared myself by working with you every day here.
You say you want a number, and you know what? I finally decided to give it to you, and you're talking back to me that I gave you something so good that would ease your stress.
But who is Grandpoo? You gave me the number to Grandpoo. Who's Grandpoo? I heard of a Grandpa, but I never heard of Grandpoo.
You may not need to call a number. You may need to go to a hearing specialist, because I didn't hear no Grandpoo. I heard...
Join Grandpa's Junior Vampires of America.
All right, yes, later he might have corrected himself, but...
I'm sorry, Ramses, but I think you're hearing things again because... Audience, who's Grandpoo? Didn't you just hear Grandpa like I did?
Let's hear that again.
Join Grandpa's Junior Vampires of America.
No, Vespor, you're playing the wrong clip. He said Grandpoo.
How could Al Lewis, the original, the one, the only Grandpa from the Munsters, call himself the Grandpoo? Your audience, press forward for Ramses to show respect because...
Wait a minute. No, wait. They're bringing a straight jacket here. That's not funny, Vespor. What's going on here? They cut that out. I'm not crazy. I know what I heard. Ow, not so tight. The Pepsi Monster's putting a straight jacket on me, Vespor. This is not funny.
I see, I told him, but take him away, gentlemen.
Wait a minute. What about the commercial? Don't you remember? You can get a vampire patch. Don't you want a Grandpa vampire patch?
And that is all for our Spooktober 2023 celebration. 4 commercials at any rate. So please be sure to check out past Spooktober celebrations and also look for our other 2023 Spooktober content, because we're putting it out there for you folks. We hope you enjoyed as much as we do, and we hope that, unlike my former co-host who's going to the funny farm, that you don't start hearing things that aren't there. Alright folks, we're going to have a special call in from Ramses from the funny farm with his one and only phone call.
Vespor, I'm telling you what I heard. There's been things. Ow, hey, stop it. They're locking me up in here. Vespor, we have to wrap up the show. I can't do it from here.
Alright, so just wait for your cue and then say it, and then we'll move on. So please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and
ring that bell. Vespor,
thank you for joining our Spooktober celebration. So goodbye, everybody. Oh, wait a second. Pepsi Monster, come on over. Since he's not here, go ahead and say goodbye to the audience.